My name is Steve Layton, and I travel the world finding amazing and delicious coffee for you to drink at home. Some make coffee difficult to understand and complicated, but here it's my job to make it easy and fun and tell you what's in my mug.
Hello everyone and welcome to In My Mug, episode 412. I'm your host Stephen Layton as always, and yet again I'm on tour. That's because I'm never at home. I got back from New York at midnight last night, so that's why my eyes look like this and my beard looks a complete and utter mess. But I am still here. I am in St Albans at Charlie's, which is a coffee shop on London Road. You're going to find out more about that later. Which is... Charlie, how long have you been here? 2 years?
2 years.
2 years. You'll meet Charlie in a minute. You'll get to see the face behind the voice. So we should talk about this week's coffee before I get completely off track. This week's coffee comes from Nicaragua, and it comes from a farm called Escondida. Escondida is one of the Moresh family farms. One of the newer farms was only planted around about 8-9 years ago now. We've been buying it since the first harvest came out of it. It's it's a farm that we kind of feel like we've grown up with. Anyway, before we do that, we should go to this week's fact file, which will tell you more about the area and then more about the farm.
The good old fact file. So here we have Central America. We're interested in the heart of Central America because we're zooming down to Nicaragua, the second poorest economy in the Northern Hemisphere after Haiti. Has 108,000 hectares devoted to coffee. So a big coffee producer, which we're going to see now, is the 15th biggest coffee producer in the world. Punch above its weight for its size. Total coffee production around 1.3 million bags, which is about 78,000 metric tons. So a lot of coffee. Common varietals, you've got Typica, you've got Bourbon, you've got Caturra Pacas, you've also got Pacamaras, you've got Java Nix, Ethiosar. Total employed 208,000 people. So a lot of people relying on coffee. We work with 5 farms, all from the same family, all from the Moresh family. So let's get down to Escondida. So the farmer is the Moresh family. The coffee area is 92 manzanas, near to Le Pilulo. Harvest is between December and March. Elevation of 9,000 to 1,300 hectares above sea level.
So the Moresh family are a family that have been farming for around about 80-90 years now in Nicaragua. They own 6 farms in total. So we've had Limoncillo on here not so long ago. They have Escondida, they have Milagros, they have Los Altos, they have, what's the other one? There is another one, come on Steve, you can do this. San Jose. We've mainly been buying the Limoncillo, but that's where the relationship initially started. We bought that through Cup of Excellence back in 2007, although Erwin's been a very good friend, who's Dr. Moresh's son, since 2005. The things they're doing on the farm make me feel really good and warm inside. These are the kind of people I want to buy coffee from. They make good money and they put that money back into the farm. So the pickers that work for them get meals during the day when they're picking. People that work on the farm all year round live on the farm also. They get free housing, they get free electricity from the hydroelectricity that happens in from the waterfalls. There's different waterfalls on the farms and they harness that power to give them electricity. They also have free healthcare. They have free education for the children and for the adults, so the adults can also go and learn things. And they have a shop which is subsidised by the family, so they can buy the necessities of food instead of having to traipse all the way into town and pay high prices. They'll buy it all in bulk, subsidise it for people on the farm so they're able to get them. It's kind of a nice win-win that everybody's getting something out of the farm. The reason they do it is because they're good people, but also it means that they get the best pickers from the area, so the people that are working around there want to go and work for them and want to stay with them. It's quite difficult to get good pickers and it's very difficult to train them. You don't want to train them and then lose them, so this is just all part of the incentives of what they try and do on the farm. Okay, we should go to this week's map bit.
Most people's favourite here, the map bit. You won't believe how many emails I get about the map bit. Everybody seems to like it. Who doesn't love a map? So here we've got Central America. You've got Guatemala, Honduras, Costa Rica, and in the middle of them, Nicaragua. So we're going to zoom down to Nicaragua. You can see all the farms we buy from are fairly close to each other. Here's an interesting fact. Lake Nicaragua is the largest naturally formed lake in the entirety of Central America. So, you see, learning stuff. It's like every day's a school day on the map bit. But let's get down to the farms. So we can see here, Jinotega, you've got Escondida, you've got Milagros just there to the right, you've got Limoncillo just to the south there. But let's go down to Escondida. As you can see, it's really on the side of a mountain. You can see that lake from the farm. I've got a dream one day of buying an island on that farm and growing coffee. But you see, it's really new plant tissue. This farm is a newly planted farm. Escondida just means hidden in Spanish. So the farm was hidden. They managed to dig it out. It had no road. Oh, look, that's me with the Java Nick sign. How exciting. What a terrible necklace, though. Here we've got the depulping machine. So this is where all the pulping happens and all the cherries are removed. You have the washing tanks just to the right there. But yeah, it's really on this mountainside. There was no road to it. The road had to be made to get into it. Maybe that's the island I'm going to buy. The highest point is 2,438 metres above sea level. The lowest point is, of course, sea level. And that was the map bit.
A really good map bit I seem to remember from that because, lots of photos from there and lots of GPS coordinates, which helps make a very good map bit. So we're going to go old style, and I'm going to put you on pause while I go and get tasty and delicious drinks, because I'm going to be joined by Charlie, who is one of the owners here, and she's going to tell us all about this place, why I'm here today. Why am I here today? After getting off an aeroplane, I should be in bed. But I think I'm going to get tasty canapes later, so more of that when we come back in a second. Okay, so we're back and I'm joined by Charlie. Charlie, I never know your surname.
Powell.
It's just Charlie.
It is just Charlie.
Yeah.
I'm good with
really
that.
is, isn't it?
Yeah, let's leave it there.
Yeah. Should we try the espresso first, and then we'll
up for
start talking about it here. So, you did the pretty latte art in the end.
Well, I tried my best.
Yeah, no, that's very pretty.
Thank
I'm
you.
very impressed.
Pretty's good.
There we go. So,
Thanks.
for me, Nicaraguan coffee is a really good espresso because it's got that natural sweetness, and I think the sweetness comes through. I remember when we were cupping this, I put a descriptor of the orange club biscuits.
Yeah, nice.
Because I get an orange acidity, but it's not very dominant. It's not like sharp tart acidity. It's kind of like it's there, and the chocolate comes through.
Nice.
I think the espresso is a really good way of showing that one as well. So we've done the espresso. We can leave the other drinks because they won't go cold. I hate doing cold espresso. Tell us about Charlie's. So you started at the train station, didn't you, originally?
Yeah. So I bought a van when I was 22.
Yeah.
I got a picture at the local train station.
How did you buy your train at 22? You're obviously 21 now.
Thanks.
Yeah, I do that.
You can come again.
Yeah.
You're welcome here anytime. Pretty latte art. And
Yeah.
So bought the van 8 years ago. Started serving people outside the train station and sort of kept getting up at 5 o'clock every day.
And got a bit of a reputation for like good coffee there as well, because I remember you got like nominated for an award while you were there, didn't you, as well?
Yeah, some of those came through.
And I had lots of people kind of comment that they'd had my coffee at your van, and it was kind of, it seemed like it was just such a high footfall kind of place, but it was just you, wasn't it?
Yeah, so me, my van, in a good spot. I got up at 5 in the morning, served good coffee, served good pastries, and sort of people got involved, and the community is good around here. People like nice things. And
so St Albans is kind of like a little bit of a commuter town, isn't it, for London?
Yeah.
But it's also a little bit villagey feeling as well. Would that be fair?
That's a fair thing.
Yeah.
That's a fair thing. Yeah, massive community town really. Loads of people commute to London.
Yeah.
It's 20 minutes on the train. So I was sat there in my van, ready to go with the grinder on every morning.
And what does 5 o'clock in the morning do to you over time?
It changes you. It changes you. I'm not going to tell you how.
Yeah.
It just has changed me.
No, I can imagine, like, I because you kind of see that just like getting up, having to get up every time, and it's just you, so
just me.
Not many holidays?
Not many holidays.
No, not many breaks from it.
You get sunrises that no one else gets.
Yeah.
You get the sunrise.
But you also get really cold in the winter
Really
that
cold.
nobody else gets.
Yeah, lots of thermals.
Yeah.
I've got used to thermals.
Yes.
Long johns, come to my wardrobe if you want long johns. I've got long johns.
That's fantastic.
Yeah,
so
it's
we'll
good.
dive into the cap. There we go.
Thank you. That's polite. I like the other side.
Yeah, no, that's what I do. Like, it's just kind of like.
We don't know each other that well.
No.
But yeah.
You say when you're cupping, you end up kind of like with the bowls and other spin. But like with a cup, you can kind of spin it
Yeah.
round.
Let's spin.
So for me, when you add the milk to it, it kind of the sweetness of the milk kills the milk chocolate a little bit, and I get much more of the orange coming through with that.
The orange is good there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, I think like Nicaraguans for me, when you make espresso or espresso based drinks, just really come through, and they're so easy to. The window is much bigger to get it right. So if you put it a little long or a little short, or you get the little bit dose wrong, it just forgives so much. We use a lot of the mix in blends purely because of that, because it just gives you that sweetness, but allows you to kind of not get it spot on every time, because nobody ever gets it spot on every time.
Nobody.
So tell us about here. You've been here 2 years.
So yeah.
The cart got put away, sold?
No, the cart is still going.
Oh.
So I still do that by myself every day. So I still get up at 5 to see the sunrise.
Oh,
And I still wear long
I
johns.
didn't realise that.
Yeah.
So you get up at 5, you go and do the train station, and then you come.
And I come here. So my opening hour is a little bit unusual, but it's all about sort of the community thing and the coffee thing, and
Wow.
I do the van, then I come here, I open up at 11:30 and serve people for the rest of the day. So it's a different person that comes here in the day and
Yes.
has time to sit and have coffee and read a paper and.
And what do you do with all your spare time then?
Well, I mean, I've got so much. I'm planning things.
Yeah.
With all my spare time. Yeah. I'm
That's
planning
crazy, because like tonight we're doing a tasting of, we've got a chef coming to prepare canapes
That's
downstairs.
right. Coffee, canapes, and conversation is what's happening tonight.
And
Who knew that was a thing?
apparently I've got to do the conversation part with the coffee, haven't I?
It's just because they were all began with C as well.
Yeah.
So we're going to have to change your name as well.
Okay. Kevin? Bad on mind.
Something like that. Cheers. Oh, excuse me.
Yeah, no,
Let's keep it
cheers.
polite.
Yes.
St Albans, we cheers.
I'm sorry, I didn't realise.
Etiquette.
When I lived down here, I lived in Luton, which you didn't choose because you were scared you might get a glass in your face.
Nice.
So
Yeah.
it's obviously much more polite
Cheers in
here.
private.
So it's kind of you also do like a supper club. You're kind of really into the food.
Yeah.
There's like a little bit of a food scene
There's a little
going on
pub.
here, isn't
Yeah,
there?
it's we're out of town here. We're down the London Road, which is about half a mile from town. So I've deliberately placed my shop here because it's part of a community. It's part of human beings and their world, and not part of passing trade in the town centre.
It's amazing, like as we were sitting in here, 2 kids just came and stuck their heads around and went, "Charlie's in!" and then ran off.
That's all you need. It brightens your day.
Yeah.
That's why I do it, and that's why I get up at 5. So
That's crazy.
yeah, it's cool. It's cool. So yeah, supper clubs are happening. Local chef comes in, and it's just a good use of the space in an evening. You know, when otherwise coffee shops are shut.
So I'm going to show you a little video on the screen now of the shop. I ran around with my phone earlier while you were.
Well, we weren't looking.
Yeah, while you weren't looking, just to see. And it's not a massive shop, but I'm kind of.
Understatement. But
No, I've seen smaller.
okay, good.
I have seen smaller, but those small ones I've been in, I've ended up having to talk to people
Yeah.
because when you're sitting very close to each other, you can't help but talk to each other or overhear conversations
That's right.
and start chipping in.
This
So does that happen
That
here?
happens here.
Yeah.
And that's why I haven't got Wi-Fi. Controversial, but a thing.
Do you know?
We talk, like people talk to each other and recognise each other, and it's nice.
So me and Colin from 3FE in Dublin talk about the Wi-Fi thing a lot and the pluses and minuses for it.
Yeah,
And the pluses are, people come in and work, so that's good. But the minuses are they take up seats and you don't have that conversation element. So the shop is just
Yeah, that's right. Which is not what mine's about,
No.
but there are definitely places for them.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. And I think you should be. And I've just got to show one of these menus off because I just think they're awesome. Look at this, it's all lasered and everything. It's
Lasered.
so cool.
We laser everything here.
No.
We like lasers.
Yes, no, and the big menu on the wall as well. I think it's an amazing show. It's the first time I've been, which is my bad.
Yeah.
But it did take me 5 hours to get here, so
There's some
maybe
point there.
there's a reason why I didn't.
It'll be quick next time.
No.
It'll be quick next time.
Yeah,
it's your punishment.
Yes, it is my punishment for
Yeah.
not coming, so I promise to come more often. But it's a fantastic shop. People should come and visit. So it's 87.
Number 87.
87 London Road.
Ah.
So you come out the high street and just carry on into London Road, and you're
Yeah.
here.
You got it.
People should come. And if not, they should go to the train station and meet
That's
you
true
there.
too. They
Yes.
should do both.
They should do both. They should come specially on the train to see you. Give you a chance to come down and open
That's
up.
the least you can do.
I agree. I
Cool.
agree. Thank you very much for coming on.
Pleasure. Thank you very much.
Like the filter coffee?
Love the filter coffee.
Yeah, I think it's very clean. It's kind of got those orangey, chocolatey
Dreamy.
bits in. I prefer the espresso-based one than this one. But
I'm going to agree to this. Oh, we're going to have to agree to this.
that's good. I can go with that because these always disagree with me. They always think I'm spouting rubbish. So.
They probably think I am as well.
Thank you for joining
Thank
me.
you.
Thank you for joining me
Yeah,
as well.
thank you.
And do remember, 412 times, life is too short for bad coffee.